A pair of Boone County high school football programs are under new leadership this season. At Sherman, Kevin Buzzard has the Tide rolling high with 3 wins in 3 games. Tonight, he takes his team to Madison to beat Jeremy Dolan's Scott squad. After an opening loss, the Skyhawks have reeled off 2 straight victories. It's a Boone County football battle with plenty of history. And on this Friday night, these 2 new head coaches take their place in the history books. It's Sherman and Scott from Madison in our Parmar Friday Night Rivals Game of the Week, presented by Eyewitness Sports. We welcome you inside Skyhawk Field on the campus of Scott High School in Madison, where tonight it is the homestanding Scott Skyhawks getting set to meet up with the Sherman Tide in a battle of Boone County. A couple of teams rated in the most recent West Virginia Secondary School Activities Commission ratings that came out this week. Sherman coming in number 8 in Class Single A, undefeated at 3-0, and Scott 2-1 and number 14 in Class AA. Greetings from Boone County, along with championship coach Mick Price and our great F&R crew. I'm Mark Martin, and it is a pleasure to have you along with our Parmar Friday Night Rivals Game of the Week presented by Eyewitness Sports. Mick Price, nothing like Friday night high school football, and here we are in Boone County where they have a lot of pride and a lot of tradition when it comes to high school football.
And a lot of tradition, and this is a county rivalry. And Mark, we've had some great county rivalries. Logan and Man, Poca and Winfield, Ripley Ravenswood, South Charleston GW. I mean, there's many in the state. This goes up there with any of them. This is Sherman coming in to go 4-0 against Scott Skyhawks, trying to keep their winning streak going. This should be a great game tonight.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. 2 first-year head coaches battling it out. Let's talk about players to watch in this game. It's a college football Saturday like no other in the country. It's the game in which to pay tribute and honor, once again, the 75. This particular Saturday finds the Thundering Herd playing some good football, including a 4th straight victory over FAU in Paradise. We'll take a look back. It was indeed a special victory, thanks in part to special teams. We'll catch up with Jaden Harrison. UAB is next, and we learn about the Blazers with the Thundering Herd football leader. All this is coming your way right now on Marshall Football Today with Charles Huff, sponsored by the Dutch Miller Auto Group. We welcome you back to the Big Easy as we continue to count you down to Saturday evening's R&L Carriers New Orleans Bowl between the Thundering Herd of Marshall and the Raging Cajuns of Louisiana. We welcome you back to New Orleans, Louisiana, where on Saturday one of 6 college football bowl games will unfold, and the last of the day will feature the Thundering Herd of Marshall against the Raging Cajuns of Louisiana in the R&L Carriers New Orleans Bowl. The contest will unfold inside the Caesars Superdome. Game time is set for 9:15. Marshall coming in with a record of 7-5, and the Raging Cajuns will enter at 12-1. Marshall took part in its 2nd New Orleans practice on Wednesday, and its 9th overall for the bowl matchup. Marshall gunning for an 8th win to finish out the first season under head coach Charles Huff. Coach Huff's last bowl game was for the national championship in January with the Alabama Crimson Tide. He and his players feel they're playing for a championship indeed on Saturday.
Absolutely. I mean, it's the R&L Carriers Bowl Championship, so it's got championship in the name, so we're going to fight for it.
Every game's important. Every game is a championship, right? So, obviously this game is the last game of this season. This is the last opportunity that this team will get the chance to play together. Regardless of what comes back next year, there's going to be a different team. Every year is different. So this is a good opportunity for us to end the thing the right way.
When it comes to bowl games, it's not all work and no play. Here in New Orleans, certainly there is plenty to do, and one of the great bowl experience when you come to this city is food.
So I'm trying to new food, something I haven't experienced before. Anything that's tradition here, I'm trying to try it. So I'm looking forward to the food here for sure.
Nah, I heard the food out here is amazing, so I'm going to try traditional just like, Gil said, try me a traditional dish and get something different that I haven't really had back at home or back at Huntington.
CJ Harvey and I will give you our take on the food situation here in this great city on Thursday. Chuck Howley's great football career included winning a Super Bowl here in the city of New Orleans. He helped the Dallas Cowboys knock off the Miami Dolphins in Super Bowl VI at Old Tulane Stadium. Chuck Howley has the top linebacker award in West Virginia for high school football named in his honor, and this year's recipient is Brogan Brown from Hurricane High School. Brown registered 159 tackles on what was the 10th and final team in the Jeremy Taylor era there at the Putnam County School. Our congratulations to Brogan Brown. And by the way, Chuck Howley also played in Super Bowl V. He was named the game's MVP, the only player in Super Bowl history to be named the most valuable player on a losing team. Chuck Howley hailed from Old Warwood High School near Wheeling and played his college ball at West Virginia. Well, we are getting closer to the showdown between the Raging Cajuns of Louisiana and the Thundering Herd of Marshall. They face off here in New Orleans on Saturday night at 9:15 inside the Caesars Superdome. And of course, we will continue to count you down to that showdown that unfolds the final one of the day on Saturday, which is a busy one for 6 college football bowl games. From New Orleans, Louisiana, I'm Mark Martin, Eyewitness Sports. And a very pleasant Friday evening to you, and welcome aboard to our third installment of Friday Night Football Extra, sponsored by the Thornhill Auto Group with my guys CJ Harvey and Kenny Bass. I'm Mark Martin. Delighted to have you with us. And guys, here we are already. Week 3 in West Virginia, week 4 in Ohio and Kentucky, and some very good games tonight.
It's at 35-14, Mark. Pretty good game there, man.
Yeah, not bad at all. All right, how about a good game? Let's talk about this matchup between Cabell Midland and Huntington, and we'll take you to Bob Sang Stadium for the action between these two 2-0 teams. Battle of the Shield, and we pick it up in the third quarter. Cabell Midland with the ball, trailing 14-10. Knights 4th and 1 at their own 40. Jackson Fetty, the 3-yard gain to the Knights 43. Mason Moran then an 8-yard run, and that gets the ball to the Huntington 46. And on the next play, Chandler Schmidt, great basketball player, but this kid is a football player as well. 46 yards to the house and scores it, and Cabell Midland takes a 17-14 lead. Huntington with the football now. Gavin Locko to Curtis Jones, and Jones going to turn this into a 23-yard pass and catch play down to the 38-yard line. Knights defense toughening up as Justin Hutchinson stops Amari Felder in the backfield for a 3-yard loss. Highlanders would be forced to punt, and it was a Knights lead of 17-14 after 3, but Huntington goes on and gets the win, a big one, 21-17. They play GW next week. We welcome you back to the Saturday Sports Showcase. I'm Mark Martin. Thanks so much for being with us here. High school football playoff action today, AAA style, will feature the Spring Valley Timberwolves at home inside the Wolves' Den to go up against the Tigers from Princeton. Spring Valley finished at 8-2 this season to earn AAA's number 7 spot and a meeting with Princeton in the opening round. It was a great accomplishment in the eyes of Brad Dingus.
Win 8 ball games with as many guys as we lost from last year, not really playing a full JV season. Those guys hardly got to play, and battling with some injuries there in the preseason, losing probably our top lineman in Evan Ferguson, trying to piece something together that had a lot of question marks, and then kind of changing our style a little bit than what we do. I couldn't be more proud of our kids and our program and what we've been able to accomplish so far.
Spring Valley is loaded with talent, including newcomer Ty Bartram, a versatile senior performer and Division I prospect.
Great ball player, great kid. He's probably a better kid and a better leader in the locker room than he is a football player. So you can't put words into what that kid's done for our program and on and off the field. He's a playmaker on both sides of the ball and plays extremely hard.
An excellent Princeton team will visit the Wolves' Den on Saturday for the Round 1 opener.
It'll be a fun game. We had some really good games when Princeton was in the conference. We haven't played them since they got out. You play teams year in and year out. You get familiar with what they have. That's not there with this group anymore. So it's somebody new. They're well coached, disciplined football team, and they're a balanced football team more so than what they were last year. They're starting to run the football more, and they got a great quarterback. Great scheme, and it's going to be a tough task for us, but we're excited to play at home, one more home game for our seniors, and try to survive and move on is the game now.
A win could likely set Spring Valley up with a second-round game against the Bulldogs of Martinsburg on the road to Wheeling. Also in Class AAA today, the Hurricane Redskins are set to do battle with the Jefferson Cougars in the state's eastern panhandle of West Virginia. We welcome you to Marshall Football Today with Charles Huff, sponsored by the Dutch Miller Auto Group. I'm Mark Martin, delighted to have you with us here on Saturday, number 4 in the month of October. An open date has hit the Thundering Herd schedule of 2021. Coach Huff's Herd now 4-3 on the season. Next up for Marshall will be a matchup here at Jones C. Edwards Stadium a week from Saturday against the Panthers of Florida International. Marshall has put together a 2-game winning streak with that thrilling victory over Old Dominion and then a very convincing win last Friday night against the Mean Green of North Texas. It's time to take you to the Lone Star State and look back on that 4th victory of the campaign with our Thundering Herd highlights.
Mean Green now has a holder for the
We welcome you to Marshall Basketball Today with Dan D'Antoni, sponsored by the West Virginia Lottery. I'm Mark Martin, delighted to have you with us here for edition number 2 in this 2021-22 season as we talk Thundering Herd basketball with head coach Dan D'Antoni. This afternoon, Coach D'Antoni's team at home inside the Cam Henderson Center going up against Northern Iowa. It's a 4 o'clock tip-off, and you can see the game live on Stadium. One of the newcomers to the Thundering Herd this season is Emric Toussaint. He's our subject in this week's installment of our Thundering Herd Spotlight. Fleur. Back to pass, and boy, there was Schultz in his face, but what a grab made at midfield by Janey. Plants the foot and takes it down to the 18-yard line and into the Glenville State College red zone. Discover what it's like to be a pioneer at Glenville State College. How about this?
Houdini. He threw it up there, and all of a sudden, bam, here comes a big mitt. He puts it up there, and all of a sudden, it looked like it was the other guy. Bam, he gets it, and away he goes.
And Janey never took his eyes off of it.
Good momentum right here, Mark. Now, those are the kind of sudden change games that teams have to be able to stop teams after they make a play like that.
Skidmore around again. Fleur gets the call. He's in. And Gallia Academy back in front here on FNR.
Wow. Another huge chunk play, Mark. Put them in position. Put them in position to do that. I mean, man.
Roach gets the snap. Roach.
He's in.
He is into the end zone. Touchdown. And Point Pleasant back in the lead at 26-22 with 3:24 to go here on FNR. Now, kudos to Coach Alex Penrod and his team. They've had some injuries tonight. Come in here and battled, jumped out to 16-0 lead. Point Pleasant fought back. Roach will go down, and that is going to do it. Well, it's the 100th year of football in the history of Point Pleasant High School.
And on the night that they celebrate the centennial, the Big Blacks, in comeback fashion, knock off rival Gallia Academy. A great one here tonight. 26-22 the final. We'll be back and talk about it coming up in our post-game show here on our Parmar Friday Night Rivals Game of the Week, presented by Eyewitness Sports.